Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today we will discuss about density. Our next topic, the density of liquid depends upon mass per unit volume. We know that density is equal to mass per volume. More will be the mass, more will be the density. Less will be the volume, less will be the density. So we know that the density of liquids depends upon mass per unit volume. Liquids are denser than gases because molecules of liquid are closely packed and the spaces between their molecules are negligible. As the liquid molecules have strong intermolecular forces, they cannot expand freely and a fixed volume. Like gases, they cannot occupy all the available volume of the container. That is the reason why density of liquids are high. The main reason why densities of the liquids are high because they are closely packed as compared to the gases, and they have less kinetic energy, and they also have fixed volume but not fixed shape. And the gaseous molecules, we know that not have fixed volume or not shape. And for example, density of water is 1.0 gram cubic centimeter, while that of the air is 0.001 gram cubic centimeter. This is the reason why drops of rain fall downward. Listen else, because the density of liquid is more than air, and this is the reason water drops fall downward and not suspended in the air because it is more denser than air. The densities of liquids also vary. You can observe kerosene oil floats of water while honey settles down in the water. Kerosene oil have less density like ice, so it will float on the water, and when we add honey into the water, because of more density, honey will settle down into the water. Next property, it is the such state of matter which has definite shape and volume. If we talk about the solid, in solid state the molecules are very close to one another and they are closely packed. The intermolecular forces are also strong. Dead particles become almost motionless, hence they cannot diffuse. Solid particles possess only vibrational motion. And the next typical properties, solid exhibit typical properties, a few of which are discussed here. Melting point, the solid particles possess only vibrational kinetic energy. When solids are heated, their vibrational energy increases and particles vibrate at their mean positions with a high speed. Because they are in the solid, molecules are closely packed, and when we heat them, they start to vibrate on their positions, and but by heating, their vibration increases. If the heat is supplied continuously, a stage reaches at which the particles leave their fixed position and then become mobile. And other words, we can say that their vibrational energy change into the kinetic energy. As this temperature solid melts, the temperature at which the solids start melting and coexist in dynamic equilibrium with liquid state is called melting point. And this is the definition of the melting point, the temperature at which solid starts melting and coexists in dynamic equilibrium with the liquid state is called melting point. Coexist mean both liquid and solid state exist in the meantime in the equilibrium position, and when we heat the solid and the point reaches when solids start to melt, this point is called melting point, in which half of the substance will be solid and half will start to melt. The ionic and covalent solid make network structure to form macromolecules. So all the solids have very high melting points. Solid and liquid coexist in the equilibrium, dynamic equilibrium. It's mean half of solid converted into the liquid, and half solid exist in the solid and half exist in the liquid form. Next, rigidity. This is called strength. We can say strength and strongness. The particles of solids are not mobile. They have fixed position. Therefore, solids are rigid in their structure. They are compact in their structures due to close packing of their molecules. And density, obviously, because they have closely packed structure, obviously density is more than liquids and gases. Solids are denser than liquid and gases because solid particles are closely packed and do not have empty spaces between their particles. Therefore, they have the highest densities among the three states of matter. For example, density of aluminium is 2.7 gram cubic centimeter per cubic centimeter, iron is 7.86, and gold is 19.3 gram cubic centimeter. And we say that, and we discussed earlier that the water has the density of 1.0, and liquid has density, water has 1.0, and the air is 0.001. So you can see the difference between the densities because of their close packing of the molecules, close and less packing of the molecules of solid, liquid and gases, and their kinetic and shapes and their kinetic energies. Next, types of solids. According to their general appearance, solids can be classified in two types: amorphous and crystalline solids. Amorphous solids means shapeless. Solids in which the particles are not regularly arranged or their irregular shapes are destroyed are called amorphous solids. For example, we have discussed that solids are made up of closely packed molecules and they have fixed positions. But in type of amorphous solids, they are shapeless and don't have any fixed position, and they are irregular. They are arranged in irregular shape. They do not have sharp melting point. Plastic, rubber, and even glass are amorphous solids, as they do not have any sharp melting point. They start to melt at very low temperature. Crystalline solids, in which particles are arranged in a definite three-dimensional pattern, are called crystalline solids. They have definite surface or faces. Each face has definite angle with the other. They have sharp melting point. Example of crystalline solids are diamond, sodium chloride, etc. And you can see here very strong attraction between the particles can be an intramolecular forces depending on the type of particles. So these are the types of solids. We will discuss about it. Ordered and organized array of closed packed particles. All the particles in the solids are closely packed and they have organized in a particular order. But particles have vibrational motion because they have fixed positions, and they are most have repeatable crystal structure called lattice. Crystal lattice, for example, sodium chloride is ionic compound in the solid and it has a crystalline structure, and very strong for attraction between the particles, and close packed particles incompressible. Crystalline solids and amorphous solids. Difference between amorphous solids. So crystalline solids, you can see here on the screen that crystalline solids are closely packed with each other and they have ordered, organized and regularly repeating and lattice structure. But in the amorphous solids, they are not disordered, don't organized, disorganized, randomly, and no lattice structure. So this is the main difference between the crystalline and the amorphous solids, and in both types, strong intermolecular force keep the particles from changing position relative to each other. So this is the main difference between crystalline solids and amorphous solids, and there are some other types of solids are also exist, which depend upon the type of particle in each position and the attractive forces that held them together. We will discuss about it in our next classes. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Have a good day.